Parker Schnabel is making a high-stakes move by introducing a new wash plant named Bob in a desperate bid to salvage his struggling season. The young miner is facing a tough year, and with time running out, he's betting on Bob to help turn things around. The 45-ton wash plant is being deployed to Indian River, where Parker hopes it will strike rich pay dirt and boost his gold recovery efforts. For Parker, the season hasn't been going according to plan. 9 weeks in, the 29-year-old gold miner finds himself behind on multiple fronts. He's short on both gold and the box and paid dirt to process, having invested $2.2 million in his Dominion Creek operation. Parker has only managed to recover just over $1 million worth of gold so far, with costs piling up and returns falling short. He realizes that drastic measures are necessary to get his operation back on track. "I have no interest in running out of money," Parker admits. "We need to get more gold coming in." The situation looks grim. His 2 existing wash plants, Big Greed and Slucifer, haven't been producing the expected returns. Roxon, his wash plant station in a long cut, has been running on less than ideal ground. Meanwhile, Big Red has only been processing top gravel from the bridge cut. With the season slipping away, Parker decides to take a bold risk. He will operate 3 wash plants simultaneously for the first time in his career. The key to this strategy is Bob, the new wash plant. Parker's plan involves relocating Bob to Ken Stewart's site at Indian River, where it will start processing paid dirt. This decision isn't just about adding more equipment. It's a calculated move to maximize gold recovery and get his season back on track. The ambitious goal: recover $2.5 million worth of gold in just 3 weeks when we have 3 wash plants running. That's what it's all about. Parker explains, "You go to that gold way at the end of the week, and we should have a good result from each of those wash plants. It's going to be a hell of a lot of gold. It's going to put a lot of stress on everybody, but it's the only hope I see for getting anywhere close to 10,000 ounces this season." But getting Bob to Indian River is no small task. The Amive wash plant must be hauled 12 miles from Dominion Creek down narrow, winding dirt tracks. Along the way, the crew will have to cross a 25 feet wide creek, a risky challenge that requires careful planning and execution to avoid disaster. Tyson Lee, Parker's logistics manager, is tasked with overseeing the move. Recognizing the complexity of the job, he calls in season hauler Mike Tucker for assistance. Mike has previous experience trucking as a similar wash plant to Ken Stewart's site, making him the perfect person for the job. "Let's get the heart of the beast loaded up and chained down," Tyson says as the crew begins preparing Bob for transport. The journey to Indian River is fraught with obstacles. Navigating narrow passages and rough terrain requires precision and patience as they approach the creek crossing. Mike warns the team about the unpredictable nature of the water. "These creek crossings are so unpredictable," Mike says. "If we get stuck, we're on our own with no equipment available to pull them out. If something goes wrong, the crew moves cautiously." Mike successfully drives his truck through the creek, paving the way for Parker's team to follow. "Alrighty, I'm through. You're next," Mike radios back to the crew. Despite the challenges, the team manages to make it across the creek without incident. Once they reach the other side, they push forward to their destination. At Ken Stewart's site, there Ken and his crew are ready to help unload and assemble Bob. "We got you a wash plant," Parker announces upon arrival. "Let's get it put together before the day is out." With Ken's excavator assisting, the crew carefully unloads Bob and begins the setup process. As the massive wash plant takes its place at the new site, Parker feels a sense of relief and renewed hope. "Everything's looking good. Once we hit this button, it should be smooth sailing until the first cleanout." Parker says, optimistic about the plant's potential. The move marks a significant turning point for Parker's operation, with 3 wash plants running Simultaneously, Big Red Lucifer and Bob Parker believes they finally have a fighting chance to reach their ambitious goal of 10,000 ounces of gold for the season, but the pressure is immense, and the stakes are higher than ever. It's such a nice feeling firing it up now, Parker reflects. We shouldn't have to shut it down again until the first pan, as the 3 wash plants turn through pay dirt. The team's focus shifts entirely to maximizing gold production. Parker knows that the next few weeks will determine whether his risky strategy pays off or if Dominion Creek will remain a costly gamble. For now, all eyes are on Bot. The wash plant represents Parker's hope for a successful turnaround, but it also symbolizes the enormous pressure resting on his shoulders. With the clock ticking and the gold count lagging, the young miner must push himself and his team harder than ever before to achieve the results they desperately need at Ken Stewart's claim. 10 mi southwest of Dominion Creek. Parker Schnabel's crew is counting on the wash plant, affectionately known as Bob, to deliver a much-needed boost in gold production with high expectations set by Parker himself. Crew members Damon, Liam, and Justin are under pressure to ensure that Bob stays operational and delivers 300 ounces of gold by the end of the week. However, the relentless grind of mining operations is taking its toll on both the crew and the equipment as Bob hums along processing PID dirt. Damien suddenly spots a serious issue. One of the crew members shouts to get his attention. Hey Damien, we've got a rip in the belt. Damien hurries over to inspect the damage. What the hell is going on? He exclaims. Upon closer examination, it becomes clear that the situation is worse than he initially thought. A sizable rip has spread across the conveyor belt, jeopardizing the entire operation. One of the flexo fasteners must have come loose, caught on this scraper, and ripped a long strip right out of the belt. Damien explains Flex-Go fasteners, which are metal clips used to patch small rips, and conveyor belts are supposed to hold the belt together. Unfortunately, in this case, a loose fastener caused extensive damage. Instead, the crew knows that time is of the essence. Every hour that Bob is down means lost production in fewer ounces of gold in the box. We've got bill checking if we even have a 48 in belt in stock, Damon says with a hint of urgency. If we don't, we're screwed. Meanwhile, mechanics Liam Puka and Justin Dren head to the storage yard at Dominion to search for a replacement belt. After a tense search, they finally locate a 48 in belt in decent condition. It's better than what we've got, Liam remarks, determined to get Bob back up and running. They quickly cut the belt free and prepared to transport it back to Ken's site. Let's just zing that guard off real quick, hook it to the back of the truck, and haul it to Ken's site. Liam instructs. Time is ticking and the crew knows they need to act fast. Back at Ken Stewart's claim, the crew wastes no time in replacing the damaged section of the conveyor belt. This is going on Bob tonight, Damien confirms. With the new belt in hand, they remove the rip section, fit the replacement belt in place, and secure it with fasteners. Justin takes charge of aligning the belt and drilling the necessary holes. Let's get this lined up and drill the holes, he directs. Once we're done, this girl will be spinning in no time. With the belt repaired and everything in place, the crew anxiously fires up the wash plant as rocks begin moving smoothly along the conveyor. Once more, a collective sigh of relief washes over the team. Good job, guys. Damien praises his crew. Now let's see if we can keep it running and start getting some rocks walkways. Thanks to the quick repair, Bob is back in action, churning through paid dirt and giving Parker's crew a renewed sense of hope. Damien is impressed with how the team pulled off the repair under pressure. I don't know how they managed to swing it, but they did. They got it done, he reflects, with Bob, Big Red, and Sliss Ofer all running simultaneously. Parker Schnabel is finally seeing a glimmer of hope in what has been a challenging Season, the young miner, knows that keeping all three wash plants operational is the key to reaching his ambitious goal of 10,000 ounces of gold. We just have to keep everything running for 24 hours straight, Parker says. If we can do that, we'll keep the gold coming. In the box, the conveyor belt crisis at Ken Stewart's claim is a testament to the resilience and resourcefulness of Parker's crew. Despite the odds, they managed to fix a critical issue and keep the operation moving forward. With Bob back in action, Parker's team is more determined than ever to make this season a success, but with the challenges of mining gold in the harsh Yukon wilderness, they know that every day brings new obstacles to overcome.